Welcome to Moon Harbor Extended. Today's issue is Days Errant, Issue 4, Out of This World. On the cover, Solar Flare faces her mentor from back home, another tall, four-armed star being. In the background, we see Voila and Velveteen examining an alien spaceship in the wreckage of Town Hall. We turn the page and our story begins. I wanted to open this one with the three of you guys hanging out with the Coven, so that way we could introduce them. So if you guys are hanging out with the Coven, what is something the three of you are doing as we open the page of the comic?
I don't think it's something the three of us are doing. If we're hanging out with the Coven, I think I'm showing off and being
it can be individual.
Just generally the worst, I think. So I think we see a lot of magical stuff happening. Morgana, I have not described her powers at all, so someone else can make them up because I don't need to. She's a sorceress of some sort. But I imagine there's just balls of magical energy just being tossed around, and she's throwing magical energy at me and I'm catching them in the hat and then shooting it out of the hat at someone else. And there's a lot of it's almost like a magical baseball game.
What I had come up for Morgana in prep was that she has dual healing and harming powers, both physical and mental.
All right, so she has to hurt someone if she's healing someone else. Is it a equal and opposite reaction kind of thing?
No, just more the dual nature of healing and harming. If you know how to heal somebody, you know how to harm them.
Cool. So then I think it's someone else's magical energy ball. I think there's a group of people in the Coven. I think it's basically a magical game of catch, essentially. She probably has gloves on that let her catch them.
Chunta, what are you up to?
I'm probably practicing receiving instruction from someone. Maybe someone creating illusions of some sort and me copying them, forming constructs out of cards.
Perfect. Do you think you're doing that with the sorceress herself?
My memory is trash. To you, was Morgana the main one that was training me? Wait, that should actually be on my sheet.
Morgana was the likely to be upcoming sorceress.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that'd be the sorceress herself.
Cool. And I totally went with some Lady of the Lake imagery for describing her. And she's just got long, damp hair. And she does a lot of cool enchantment stuff.
Fantastic. So I'm probably in full costume. We get a panel of her creating some kind of animal, maybe a giraffe. Wait, where are we?
We are in the basement of the Sacred Circle, which is a tarot and psychic shop that one of the members of the Coven runs.
Oh, excellent. So we get a panel of her creating an illusion of a panther, and then a panther made of playing cards tackling it.
I love that. And also I'm totally envisioning this tarot shop getting a small section on stage magic after you started hanging around. And Solar Flare, what are you doing?
If everybody else is doing these big dramatic flashy magic things, I like the concept of there just being a cutaway to Solar Flare just kind of hanging out while this one girl desperately interrogates her, trying to figure out how being made of fire works. She's gonna find the magical root and be able to replicate it, while Solar Flare's just no, slow down.
Amazing. Oh my god. I think we see that happening in the background of Velveteen's panels. All this action, so many people, and then you just see Solar Flare in the background.
Just face in her hands, looking very tired.
Which hands?
Thank you for asking, because I was gonna.
Just anytime that Solar Flare mentions her hands, I have to ask which ones.
Jesus Christ. I don't know, top left one.
And I want to describe what Morgana looks like, because Solar Flare did say in her relationships that she has a crush on Morgana. And if you say that you have a crush on an NPC, I am obligated to make them hot. So she's got one side of her head is buzzed and the rest of her hair is black and wavy, and sometimes she braids it. And she's got a goth lacy aesthetic, and she is often wearing short skirts with knee-high socks or boots.
Thank you for this. On behalf of all lesbians.
Wow, I'm into her.
Chunta, while you are hanging out, you start getting a buzzing alert on your phone.
We get the panel of me floating it up to me by waving my wand over my pocket. I'm in full show off mode.
Yeah, do you have alerts set up on your phone for news events?
Yeah, likely. Also my own name.
Just to see if you're in the news at all?
Just in case.
Getting some max fives. No. You get an alert notification of crash landing into City Hall, likely caused by an alien.
I think we get a panel of me snatching my phone out of the air and the cards just kind of collapsing behind. Maybe the Phantom Panther just like going straight through it. And I'm going to pull up the alert and get more info.
So there's like a live stream of what was City Hall, and you guys know that it did get destroyed a few weeks ago. And construction happens fairly fast in Moon Harbor because that's kind of what you got to do if you have a city of superheroes. And City Hall had kind of gotten to the point where, when construction is happening on a building and it looks done on the outside, but they still have it open for a while to do the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it was at that point, and there's like a smoke coming up from it. Something has crashed right through the roof.
I think we get a smile on Shinta's face, and he holds up his phone. It's like, hey, something happened downtown?
Cass, Solar Flare, do you guys go over and check it out?
Yeah, I think Cass is like, I have to refresh myself on my powers. I was really like, I think Cass teleports over there, but I really don't want to spend a burn to teleport, so I think I just like walk over.
Solar Flare is immediately taking this opportunity to get away with this horrible chatting coven member. She's gone.
We get a panel where she's just like, oh, hey, wait, no, bye.
Close-up panel after Solar Flare walks away of her face, just, I will unlock the power.
Absolutely.
I think that when we go over, I definitely bring Morgana with us.
Excellent.
Because drama.
And when they get there, I hold up the phone out to them. So something crashed into City Hall? And I think we also get a panel of me flicking my wand and my cards flying back into my pocket.
So as you hold it up, since it is a live stream, and in the time that they have come over, the smoke has cleared a bit, so that way you can see the ship. And a figure gets out of the ship. And Solar Flare, you recognize this figure. It is, what did we say? You had like a general who was trying to mentor you and keep tabs on you.
I was already in the process of trying to fucking remember what their name was.
I don't think you named it, so I came up with a name. Their name is General Orionus.
Nope, that was the name we decided on. I found it. We did it. Cool. All right. Well, first I take the phone because I want to squint at this and get a better look. And there's this bit of me turning it around, trying to zoom in, failing to zoom in because I'm made of fire and can't work the touch screen. Just kind of pressing the thing closer to my face, giving it back, and being like, I think we should go.
Does Solar Flare's powers damage the phone at all?
I don't think inherently so, but you know how if you leave your phone in a hot car for too long, it'll be overheating, you're gonna have to give me 10 minutes. If she holds onto a phone for more than a minute or two at a time, that probably happens.
Then I would like to add that in the background of these panels of you fumbling with the phone, Chinta's getting more and more worried looking.
Excellent. So are y'all heading out?
Yep.
I sure am. Y'all can do what you want.
Are you guys asking Morgana to come with you guys?
Have I been to City Hall before?
That is up to you.
Hey, Chinta, when I became human, did we ever go to City Hall together?
I don't think we've specifically been in City Hall, but we've probably walked past it. I imagine we've been in the area before.
All right. Of the members of the Coven that are there, how many members do we have there?
Let me count.
Oh, did you already name people?
Yep. There's 8 of them.
Do any of them have teleportation powers?
Nope.
What good are sorcerers if they don't have teleportation powers?
Well, one of them works with demons for her magic, so she might be able to work something out.
Nah, I don't trust demons. Wait, actually, T as the player does not trust demons.
I personally would be willing to sell my soul and never have to take the bus again, because that's our alternative.
I think I'm going to look at the group and be like, all right, get there as fast as you can, and then I want to charge my burn. That's a 12.
Nice.
So I hold 3, and I'm going to spend 2 of those burn to be at City Hall.
Just leaving the rest of the team again.
That's what Velveteen is good at.
Can you give us the panels of what those look like?
I think it's also really ironic that you keep leaving the team when you're the joined.
Yep. Velveteen's also showing off for Morgana now. So they look over their shoulder at the Coven, and they're like, all right, get there as quickly as we can. I'm going to go start taking care of this. And then I'm going to pull the hat out, flip the hat up in the air, and as it flips back down to land on my head, it just goes straight down and I like fall through it.
I'd like to
I
snatch
love
the
that.
hat so it doesn't come with.
Perfect.
I love that so much. Cool. So
As the hat is like in the air and you're doing this, I'm like, wait, don't. And then it's too late. Gravity takes hold. And there's just this panel of, God damn it.
Junta
I
and
hate when they do
Soliflare,
that.
how are you guys getting to the city hall?
I think we're taking the bus, realistically speaking.
Can we get a couple panels of us like waiting at a bus stop?
Yeah, I was thinking of like closing that scene with a panel of you guys looking at each other like, how are we gonna get there? And just the looks on your faces of like, and then
Wait,
waiting
solar
at the.
flare can fly, right? Or am I wrong on
can't.
that?
I can't, but I have just enough decency to not leave you behind, too.
Because I think I could fly if I try.
You are the Nova.
So if we can get a couple panels of us like waiting at a bus stop, and just like maybe the bus pulling up, but the bus just kind of meeting eyes. I'm just like, I'm gonna pull out a deck of cards. Like I'm gonna try this. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say when the bus pulls up and the door opens, we see it's the exact same bus driver from last time who kind of looks at you guys and sighs like, "Oh God, not these two."
Yes. But yeah, I want to form the cards into wings on my back and just take flight.
I think you just do that. And
Sweet.
then Solar Flare, what about you?
There's like this panel of me watching this from the ground, being like, how long have you been able to fucking do that? And chasing after them.
Love it.
Incredible. So while you guys fly over, I'm gonna jump over to Velveteen. Velveteen, what are you up to?
I assume since we've never been to City Hall, I'm going to be landing in front of it, like arriving. And I like reach to catch the hat that normally like pops up over my shoulder. And I like reach for it. And we see the panel where I like reach and catch the air. And then I look up and I'm like, that son of a bitch. And then I'm going to like walk inside the building because normally I'd use like magic to like poof inside further. But I'm like, I don't have my hat, so I don't have a lot of magic right now. I have
In
some.
fairness, it was my turn.
I mean, to be fair, it was your turn. But remember, Palpatine is showing off, so.
I am going to add that when we saw on the live stream that General Orionis had gotten out of the spaceship, they had like gotten out. They were outside. That's what I'm trying to say. They were not inside the building.
Oh, gotcha. So they're like in front of the building too?
Kind of more like to the side. Like
Cool.
they weren't like crashing into exactly the front of the building.
Yeah, Velveteen didn't have a plan. Neither did T as the player. So, I'm just gonna walk up and be like, freeze. You are causing destruction and should not be here.
Where is the one that looks like me? Where is the other star being?
Oh, you mean Solar Flare? She's coming.
A name? They're using a name?
You see, on Earth, we Earthlings, and as I say that, my ears like pop up. We Earthlings have to have names for identification purposes, so we humans of Earth assigned her to a name.
Well, I will be having some words with her. You say she is on her way.
Yes, she should be here any moment, but what do you want with her? And I'm gonna roll to pierce the mask.
Okay.
Oh, precious. Well, I can't go to a -4 because the game says you can only have up to a -3. So that's what I have. That's a 6.
I'd like to spit. Oh, wait, I'm not there.
No. So, as you try to pierce the mask, and you're looking at General Orionis, and you've gotten to know Solar Flare fairly well. You guys are bunkmates, and so like I think you've gotten used to the expressions on her face, and with General Orionis, it's just a solid mask, no change of expression, no emotion, nothing in the eyes. You are not getting a read on her at all, and it's honestly a bit alarming. Especially given her size. I think she's around like 7 feet tall, and also with the forearms.
Do you want me to take a powerful blow or just mark a condition?
I think just with the regular marking condition, but just you cannot get anything. And I'm also going to add that like the camera crews are still here. Like you are on live TV.
I love that. I'm marking afraid.
Excellent. I guess, Chunta, how fast are you able to fly?
This is my first time flying, so I'm probably not going all out.
And Solar Flare, are you keeping pace with him or are you going ahead?
I am more or less keeping pace with Chunta while constantly bitching at them for not being better at this.
While we're flying along, I'm going to look at him. So, I don't mean to be presumptuous, but do you know them?
Hey, what part of hurry the fuck up did you not understand?
I'll just kind of grit my teeth and try to go faster. I think we get my eyes closed and me just going as fast as I can.
Oof. Yeah, I think that's a decent time for you guys to arrive. How do you land, Chunta?
Not well. I think I slow down and I start drifting to the ground, but the wings kind of give out about 4 or 5 feet above the ground. I just kind of drop. I pick myself up and try to dust myself off.
I think you fall right in front of the camera crew, and they totally catch it.
Excellent.
So I would like to imagine Solar Flare landing, and she sticks the landing, does a great job, like all hands involved folded behind her back. She'd stand up real straight in front of the general, and in the background it's just Chunta going splat.
I like that.
So you land in front of the general, Solar Flare, and
not directly in front, a respectable distance, but straight line of sight, very obvious that I am here for Orionis.
I think we get a panel when you land of me immediately diving off to the side, and we see the close up of my face, not close up of my face, but I'm in the foreground, kind of out of focus, while this focus is on the back, you two in the background, and my eyes are just wide, and there's tiny little speech bubble being yo, that was terrifying.
Greetings, Starchild. I hear you are using a name.
They have given me a name. They use it.
And not you?
No, General.
From the side, can Chunta yell out, "Hey, Solar Flare, is everything okay?"
Absolutely. We see General Orionis turn to look over and look back at you with kind of this look on her face are you sure about that?
They use it for me, regardless of my involvement. General, she looks pained.
Well, I had come to see how was your training coming along. Have you made any great exploits?
A few. Nothing enough I would want. Things are always happening around here. All the time. We've gotten ourselves involved in a number of situations. I want to have as many great glories as I possibly can before I return home, but great progress has been made.
What kind of progress?
Flashback smash cut to the sewers, to all of them waiting around in dirt and filth, and just the increasingly pained look on Solar Flare's face. And just there are a variety of rapscallions in the city causing trouble for the common people, and we've made good progress in assuring their safety and preventing further destruction. Again, smash cut to City Hall.
I had been hoping to hear more specifics. I was expecting a great deal from you. You have been here for, I guess I'm trying to think of a term for what they would say months, but let's just go with months. You've been here for a few months now.
Sorry, I just I imagined it was not actually that much time compared to the life cycle of a star. So a couple of human Earth months are not actually a big deal.
I mean, I was kind of picturing the pressure on Solar Flare being
oh no, for sure. That is
this is a short
fair.
amount of time. She's totally got this.
No, for sure, definitely fair.
So while you are focused, Chunta and Cass, you guys, since you were not directly in conversation with the general, you guys can notice that there are some Saber cars pulling up.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna walk up towards Solar Flare. Hey, Saber's coming. I don't know if we should do this on the streets.
Is Saber an enemy you have vanquished?
Saber is an ally of a sort.
Yeah, we helped them kill a bunch. We helped them deal with a bunch of rats.
Physical pain.
What are these rats? Are these great otherworldly cosmic beings? How many have you slayed?
Yeah, what are rats? I want to see if you insult rodents because I am a rodent. And I'm sitting there being yeah, Solar Flare, what are rats?
Fucking the biggest, weirdest dogs, you asshole. No, they are large destructive beasts in great numbers that cause havoc from the underground of the city.
Yeah, there was a ton of them. They were huge. Solarflare really did an awesome job.
Please stop calling me that.
Sorry.
Amazing. I think in the background of one of these, we see like a tiny rat like pass by in the distance, just to get a good like size comparison. I am proud of you. I am glad that you have been vanquishing your enemies. You have been receiving help from this saber and not on your own.
Saber primarily keeps tabs on various superpowered individuals throughout the city. They are adjacent to our business, but not always directly involved.
Yeah, they called us for help.
Nice save.
Can I make a recommendation?
Go for it.
Can nice save be an editor's note?
Yes.
Perfect.
So I think that's an excellent point for somebody from Saber to show up. And since T and Anthony are both familiar with the Saber people, I want you guys to both name two different people that are going to show up. I will say that Glacier will be here, but later.
All right, I think one of the people who comes in is the seamstress, or just seamstress is her superhero name. She's not normally the front squad. I think that like everyone is kind of taking some time off after the Asteron invasion. Like lots of people are like being with families and stuff. So I think seamstress is here, and she's like very begrudgingly here. She's like, I don't fight. I don't know why I'm here at all. For those of you who don't know, seamstress she was a Silver Age hero, more of a sidekick than anything else. But her whole thing is like, she has full control over textiles and can like make things at will. When she's offensive, it's often like she can like create creatures that are alive out of fabric, but she's mostly used by Saber with like making costumes and making like time period appropriate costumes for time travel and that kind of thing.
She also has like a retinue of, I guess, some kind of like generic looking Saber soldiers, employees, people. Since this is an alien that has crash landed into City Hall, which was recently blown up as part of an alien invasion.
I have a weird suggestion. Can we get Missing Links and the intern?
Oh man, the intern's here? Absolutely. So we see Missing Links is absolutely taking the lead here with Seamstress and the intern behind her. And I think that the intern's got like a clipboard like ready to take notes. Getting some field experience.
Love it.
Do you guys do anything before they get closer?
I think I let them approach.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
and
think
T, can we get a description of Missing Links since Courtney is not familiar with her?
Absolutely. Missing Links was originally a like Bronze Age hero in her like 40s, but she's been since aged down to like a late 20s. There was a redesign after early Moon Harbor heroes teen line. So she's mid 20s or late 20s. I don't remember if I just said what race she is. I don't think I have it written down anywhere. But her thing is like, she's a martial artist, she is a fighter, and she has a pet lynx with her that she uses, very much like Max Rascal King has Squire. She has Sass the lynx, who helps her fight. And Sass is, as the name implies, very sassy.
So Missing Links comes over and she's, from what we have seen of her in Cataclysm Crew, she's often been a bit like off-putting, and she's definitely looking super serious right now since she is pretty high up in Saber. And again, an alien has crash landed into City Hall. So she comes up and says to General Orionis, "Hi, can we help you? You've crashed into our City Hall." Yes, I was here to check in on. God, it's really tough coming up with like different things to say instead of a name.
I think in my notes I had put down that adolescents and otherwise nameless stars were just proto-stars. So I don't know, just the proto-star consistently because she's the only one here, maybe?
Excellent.
Solarflare, have you told us about that? Do we know that?
Maybe like offhand, like there was definitely a big fucking to-do when you guys were like, hey, my name's Junta, who are you? And she was like, sorry, what the fuck? Like, there had to be that hurdle to get over. I feel like she's kind of talked vaguely about it, but not like You haven't gotten all of the details. You understand that names are not so much a thing in her culture, and she has to earn it here, but probably not much more than that.
So neither of us would probably know what to call you either without
Probably
using
not.
Solar. Okay, cool.
So General Arinus says back, I was here checking in on the progress of my protostar protege, and they are doing quite well. And Missing Links doesn't skip a beat and just looks back from General Arinus over to, I think the smoke has died down now from the crash, but there is a hole on the side of City Hall and a small spaceship just sticking out of the building.
I'm going to follow her gaze and be like, if it'll help the situation, I might be able to fix that and just pull out a couple decks of cards and charge my burn.
Go ahead and charge your burn.
Nice.
Oof. That is a 6.
Give me a sec. So I hold 2 burn and mark 3 conditions.
Excellent.
So I think what this looks like is I throw the 2 decks of cards into the air and they just scatter and all hit the ground. And I turn and see everyone staring at me, still being live streamed, I assume.
Absolutely.
And then I just kind of grit my teeth and close my eyes. And when they open, I've got the a diamond and a club, and the cards start lifting. And I want to use constructs to just try to decide what it should look like. Can I just use the constructs abilities to have the cards as a flurry of wind start putting bricks back into the building?
Currently the spaceship is embedded in the building, so I'm not sure if you wanted to try to get it out first.
Oh yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna make a giant panther because that's what was in my mind last, and I'm flustered as hell right now, failing in front of everyone. I just want to make a giant panther out of cards. Never mind, that can only be up to the size of a person. Give me a sec. Can we come back to what I'm doing? I did my burn. I'll be back to that in a sec.
Okay. I think everyone at Saber kind of glances at you as you say this, but they're not really paying much attention to you, especially once you pull out the deck of cards. It's oh, deck of cards. Okay, buddy. So Missing Links glances over the spaceship and glances back. So you crashed into one of the fairly important building in the city. Do you have any plans to repair it? And Solar Flare, how have you been reacting to all of this?
I'm not enjoying it. No, I'm very much trying to keep that very straight standing, important, deferential stance. I am not ultimately the general is the priority. So Saber is here and I'm not ignoring them, but I'm not acknowledging them directly because it's not my place when there's an adult here, when there is an actual star here. But just that expression of physical pain keeps shifting here and there. Face is slowly going from orange to blue to kind of white. Not having a great time.
So in the panels, we see that as while General Arinus and Missing Links are talking, you are in the middle between them, standing a bit further back. And we see Solar Flare's reactions throughout all of this.
Just eyes going? No eyes because I don't have pupils. Never mind. Just this gradual face journey without changing position at all.
Perfect. And Cass, have you been doing anything at all or just watching still?
I think I'm kind of taking a step back with this one. Cass has been pretty good about being able to read people, especially since they've been studying humanity so specifically, and is kind of a little perturbed that, and maybe that's not the right word, but upset that they can't read them, that they can't read General Aryanus. I think that when I see Chunta pulling out the magic, pulling out the cards, I see you getting ready to do something, and I'm I think I give you an eye, hey, do you want to work together to fix this building? And then I can use powers to activate if you'd like.
Yeah, we first need to get the ship out, so.
How big is the ship?
So it's kind of just more of an individual vehicle. It's just a Saphir, and considering how tall stars are, it's probably about 15 foot diameter. Is that it? I haven't taken geography in geometry in a decade.
Yeah, diameter is right.
Yep. So it's like 15
Damn.
feet around.
Damn. I was hoping I could use Snatch, which you spend a burn to seize an object up to the size of a person, but I can't use Snatch. So then,
I have an idea.
go wild.
I think I reform the like card wings and like fly up a bit to get a view on it, and then we just get the cards forming into a very long wand that I'm not actually holding, but like my hand's making the motions and it's moving it. I just want to use magic to just rip it up out of the building and try to set it down on the lawn.
Cool. Roll to unleash your powers.
Do you want help with that, or do you want to try to do it on your own?
Up to you.
All right, let's help with that. Powers activate when you and your other half pull your powers. Say who takes the lead and who assists. The leader unleashes their powers with your combined freak. The assistant shifts savior down, mundane up. So my freak is a +2.
Same.
Do you have any conditions marked?
I don't. Well, yes, I do, but not that one.
Cool.
I have
So
everything but hopeless marked.
then we can get
That's
a
cool.
on that, and I will shift mundane up and save. This says savior, yeah, savior down.
So that's an 11. So yeah, you do it. How does that look on the panel?
I think we just get the wand like floating above it. It does the swish and then like a tap down at it, and then just yanks up into the air and then slowly moves over and sets on the lawn. And then I'm gonna like flutter down beside it, landing well this time.
You rolled nice enough that you can land nicely, yeah. So that definitely gets the attention of all of the adults. General Orionus looks, I guess, kind of confused, like why are you moving her ship? Whereas Missing Links is just kind of got this look of, oh, thank God.
Sorry, it's a no parking zone.
Give me a second.
The ship is moving and Orionus is confused, and in the background, Solar Flare is just face journey intensifies.
Earthling, that is my ship. What? Why have you moved it?
So we could start repairs. Where do you land on your planet? Right, sun, right.
I did not see any of our traditional landing strips, so I had to land where I could. It is not my fault that your human architecture is inferior to ours.
Glancing over at Lynx, like, so does this help settle the situation? We can fix it? Don't need to take her to jail or anything?
She looks over at you, and this is really funny just because I keep picturing like Max with Missing Links, and it's so different. Kid, we're not gonna arrest her. We just have to take extra precautions with aliens these days.
I kind of like nod a bit and kind of mutter under my breath. That's just a little bit racist, but okay.
I mean, given the Asterons, it's fairly reasonable.
Fair.
Yeah, I think the public image of aliens in Moon Harbor in the past month has gone significantly down. So Saber's kind of walking a fine line of like, okay, aliens show up, but also the public isn't a big fan of them, so gotta play it cool.
Has anyone tried to like Slurpee solar flare?
What?
I think it would just like, I don't know if anyone has tried, but I think it would like melt before it really made contact. It would just be uncomfortable for everybody.
So General Orionus looks over at Missing Links, and I think like she starts to like get a look of a bit more understanding, like, oh, and then she goes over to look at Solar Flare. Well, I see I am not so welcome on this planet as you are. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. You must make us proud.
Face journey intensifies, but she does like sputter for a second and settles on, of course, General. Thank you.
I will be taking my leave then.
Safe journeys. Thank you for the visit.
General Rhina salutes you with one of her hands and then walks over to the ship.
Which hand?
It is the upper left hand, and I am glad that this is going to become a running joke.
Here's my confession, and it's that, granted we've only had 2 sessions, but every time I forget that I have 4 arms until you ask me which arm.
So On the panel, we see General Orionus. There's a door in the ship that opens up, and they get inside, and it's like a silver metal. And as soon as they get inside, it starts like glowing red, kind of like it's like it looks like molten metal, and it looks like it's burning up. And once it gets to like a deep red, it just jumps straight up in the air and goes into orbit.
Huh. That was a lot. You okay, Solar Flare? Wait, I can call you that now, right? Sorry.
If you insist. Solarflare's got like big, it's just one more sleep till Christmas vibes. It's just internal screaming.
I think we get a panel of like Chunta opening their mouth to say something, then snapping it closed and kind of like taking a couple awkward steps casually away.
I think in the background of that, we see some of the construction crews that had been working on City Hall before the ship crash landed into it, looking around at the damage, just like, well, this sucks, but more money for us. And the camera crews have started to like pack up their stuff. This is no longer as interesting. Is there anything else you guys wanted from this scene?
I want Chunta to keep his word, so probably like a bunch of cards forming into rats to bring bricks back up the building.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have you unleash your powers for that one. So mark a condition or unstable or temporary.
I'll spend a team to help that.
Oh, thank God. Because that would have been me marking all my conditions.
I'm at 3 right now, so I know the feeling. I'm just gonna like see like you doing the thing and essentially like open a portal with the hat so they can like run through. The rats are gonna like run into the building, but they don't have to like climb anything else. Just like a lot of like they run into the portal and they appear like at the top of the building putting bricks back kind of thing.
Excellent. And I think in those panels we see some confused construction workers that have like started to get out tools to set up to work on this, and then all of those start happening and they're just like, well, okay.
I think as this is going on, I like lean over to Solar Flare and I'm like, "Hey, thanks for not bringing Morgana. That wasn't exactly my finest moment."
I don't know why you're thanking me for that.
Oh, I told you all to bring her, but you didn't. So thanks for not listening. I can always count on you to not listen.
Happy to help.
I think I say that with a bit of a smile, but I think that you're like likely Solar Flare is in a place where the humor doesn't get caught.
Just completely deadpan return.
Fantastic.
Oof, savage. So y'all good here?
Only thing I want is at some point tossing the hat to Cass, like, okay, your turn. And I'm good.
So we see like the news that are finishing up reporting on the event that just happened on City Hall, and they close on that story and then swap over to their next bit, and we see the newscaster like sitting at the table and they're interviewing 2 guests, one of which the readers will recognize as Duke Rathew, our favorite. And there's like a caption that identifies the other one as Baron Ratrick. And the news reporter introduces them and says, yeah, they are here to talk about the upcoming annual Sewer Renaissance Fair, which there's an editor's note that says, we promise this is an actual thing that happens in Moon Harbor. So, Brad Lords, anything we can look forward to this year? And Duke Rathew smiles and is just like, oh, we promise it's going to be extra special this year.
Moon Harbor Heroes is produced by Anthony Sheets, T.P. Huth, and Elliot Peterson, and edited by Anthony Sheets and Sean Geddes. Anthony can be found on Twitter at IcyNewYear or at icynewyear.com. T is a theater artist and educator in the DC area. She can be found at T.Huth Playwright on Twitter or TPHuth94 on Instagram. Elliot can be found at Elliot Elen, ELLIOTYLEN on Twitter. Sean can be found at The Crumpit, THECRUMPIT on Twitter. This issue is GM'd by Elliot Peterson. Voila is played by Anthony Sheets. Velveteen is played by T. Huth. Dr. Akka is played by Kaido Kane. Kaido is a Twitch personality and loves their 3 mischievous cats. You can find them at The Versian on Twitter or as Kaido Kane on twitch.tv. Solar Flare is played by Courtney. You can find her at Andromedam, ANDROMEDAMN on Twitter. Our logo was designed by Beautiful Beasties. She can be found on Instagram at beastly.doodles or on Patreon at patreon.com/beautifulbeasties. The music in this issue is Call to Adventure by Kevin MacLeod. A link to his website and the license will be in the show notes. If you want to get a hold of us, email us at moonharborheroes@gmail.com or find us on Twitter at moonharborcast. If you enjoyed this issue, please leave us a review on your podcatcher of choice or tell a friend. 5-star reviews and word of mouth are really the best way for us to keep bringing these stories to more people. If you'd like to support us financially, check us out at patreon.com/moonharborheroes. Supporting us there will give you access to bonus issues each month. And thank you for helping us save the world. We'll see you next issue.